Ingram, because I'm always supposed to have time with you because, or have time for you because, you know, you're my comrade and we get along pretty well and, you know, you're one of the pugilists. You're a pugilist specialist when it comes to being an interviewer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to make more time for you there, but it's just not enough hours in a day. It's like once 3 o'clock p.m. comes, it's like the day is over and, you know, I got my daughter, I do my own little ripping and running. I'm, you know, just staying in shape and doing the gym stuff and, you know, doing all the media stuff and everything. But I apologize about that because I'm supposed to get at you first. You know,
that's so, okay. That's all right. You know, Ellie Sekbat beat me. Ellie Sekbat beat me to it. But having said that, Ellie's an American and I'm not. So he should beat me to it.
Right. And Ellie is actually right up the street from me. Like, we actually live in the same neighborhood or something like that. So, like.
Did you listen to the interview with Don Charles?
No, I haven't heard it yet, but I read the quotes from it, but I've heard Don Charles talk about the fight. He's one of the best trainers in the world too. That's one great attribute that Chisora is actually bringing to the ring, you know, because, you know, I'm a pugilist specialist, and when I'm taking on a fighter, I'm just not fighting the fighter, I'm fighting his corner. So come July 20th, I'm not just fighting Dereck Chisora, I'm fighting a very good trainer as well, Don Charles. But I'm looking forward to staying undefeated, Ingram, and I'm looking forward to put on a spectacular performance. I'm going to gain so many fans. You know, so many fans are already over there waiting on me, and I'm going to gain some more fans because I plan on making Chisora fans my fans. So it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good night of boxing, especially for the heavyweight division.
It's a difficult one for me to even do the interview on because I know Dereck. I've been in the gym with Dereck. I've been right close to Dereck right when he was going to fight David Haye. And I know Don Charles, and we always go back and forth in interviews. There's a lot of love there. And there's a lot of love for you too, brother. There's a lot of love for you, Malik.
No doubt. I already know, man. And this is just a good fight. You know, I commend Dereck and Don for accepting the fight because, you know, it's very hard to get fighters in the ring with me nowadays, especially after the Glasgow Exposed came out. And if there's any fighter that would fight me with no problem, it is like a tough, rugged Dereck Chisora. So, you know, I believe he's the perfect opponent for me to display all my great attributes, all my talents. He's going to bring the best out of Malik Scott. I'm going to take the best Malik Scott people have ever seen. And it's going to be a good fight and a good night of boxing, man. I'm excited. I'm more excited than the fans are.
Wow. I mean, the first thing Don said to me was, okay, this guy's 35-0. If he's got 35-0, how comes he's not fought for a world title?
Oh, well, I fell down. I said, well, maybe because I never smacked somebody at a press conference. Maybe because I never bit nobody ear. Maybe because it's politics in boxing. I really don't like when people ask questions like that because, like, boxing is all politics. It's about who you know, who you smack, who you spit on. And we all know my style. I'm aristocratic. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a pugilist specialist. I'm a noble artist. And, you know, I take all comers. Whoever want to fight me, you know, I get ready and I fight. And besides that, I'm just waiting on any opportunity. This is the perfect opportunity, and I plan on staying undefeated. But as far as why I haven't not had a world title fight or why I have, obviously it's not my fault because I've been around fighting. I'm 35-0, so that goes to show it's beyond, you know, anything that I could have done. Only thing I could do is fight, train, fight. That's all. Why I haven't fought for a title, he need to talk to the creator about that because I don't question that. Like, you know what I'm saying? This fight right here, I believe it's the fight before I get to a world title. And, you know, I plan on looking good kicking down this door again.
How do you feel the people saying that maybe the Dereck Chisora could walk straight through, that he's too strong for you, for example?
I believe that's an impossibility. I don't think no heavyweight or no fighter in the world could just walk straight through me. It's been a known fact that every time they have stepped Dereck up in competition, he have came up short. Now, that's a fact. That's not something I'm making up. That's not something that people are just writing. Anytime he has fought somebody that has any, not even my type of boxing ability, anybody, because we all know Robert Helenius, he can't carry my jockstrap, and Dereck, got robbed against him, which was a good fight. He fought Klitschko. He gave up a valid effort, but he came up short. He fought Tyson Fury. He gave up a valid effort, but he came up short. He fought David Haye. He gave up a valid effort, but he came up short. And now he's about to fight Malik Scott, and he's going to come up short. Like, you know what I mean? And I plan on staying undefeated, man. That's the only thing. My whole focus is that. People ask me about, well, what do you do if he smacked you at a press conference? What do you do? I'm from North Philly. And actually, I'm hoping he does smack me at a press conference or weigh-in, because you get fined for that. And I need every dime that I can get. So if he want to add a couple more dollars onto my person, that's all good. But then after that, his ass is mine, because you can't do that type of shit to me, and there's no retaliation. Like, I'm from a different cloth. You know, I'm not Klitschko. He's not gonna smack me, and I'm just gonna stare at him. Like, it's not that type of party.
We know you're a man from Philly, so you know it's a different situation, different ball game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, you know, he's a tough guy. He's a tough fighter. I think he's a talented fighter as well. I think this is a great matchup, and I think it's good for the fans, and I think it's great for the heavyweight division.
Okay, question has been asked here by a gentleman called Crooked Spake One or Mickey on Twitter. He asks, does Mr. Scott plan on sparring with Tyson Fury again in the future? One, and the second question is a clash with Kevin Johnson coming?
Well, first he asked me about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, do I plan on sparring him in the no, because actually, I don't. That's never my plan. Like, you know what I mean? If the work is there, like, you know what I mean, I'll work with anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Tyson is doing his thing right now. He just had a good win against Cunningham, and you know, Cunningham, he gave up a good effort, especially to be the smaller guy. Kevin Johnson, you know, me and Kevin been talking about fighting for years. Like, you know what I mean? If our promoters can meet or our managers can meet, like, you know what I mean? I take off comers. Like, you know what I mean? Anybody could get this work. I don't discriminate with my ass whooping. So, like, you know, if the fight happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But I don't wait on nobody because, you know, I got a family to feed. I'm not one of these champions, one of these fighters. I can't be afforded to turn down no fights. The only thing I turn down is my collar. I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. Like, you know what I mean? Just that simple.
So I'm going to ask you the question about Tyson Fury's performance against Cunningham. Did you expect that sort of performance?
I thought it was a great performance by Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury is underrated. I think we live in a time that if you get knocked down, listen to the time we live in, Ingram. If you get knocked down in a sport of boxing, people write you off. We're fighting. You're going to get knocked down. Okay, Cunningham knocked him down, but when Tyson got up, he got up and won the fight. People don't like to live on facts. They like to live off of fantasies. I don't do that shit. And it just so happens I was in the ring with Tyson Fury before. He's a good fighter, man. Big guy, not slow, strong power, strong guy. Like, you know what I mean? He's in great shape now. He's very motivated. And, you know, I think he's a handful for any fighter. Like, you know what I mean? I believe I'm the pugilist specialist, but I think Tyson Fury is a good fighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think him and Cunningham fought a great fight together. Like, you know, people need to start knowing what the fuck they're talking about.
So, the Glasgow fight, I mean, you showed certain skills in the Glasgow fight. What will you do differently this time, Malik, that you didn't do against Glasgow, which caused you to get that decision, which we know you got robbed. We know that. But what are you going to do differently against Dereck? Because surely you're now going into someone's backyard. That happened in basically your backyard. Somebody from Europe came into your backyard and got a decision, robbed you. You're going to go to the UK now, right?
Somebody from another country with a U.S. promoter, and I put on his U.S. promoter's card that they building up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's totally different. But what do I plan on doing different? I believe, see, you got to realize something. People like to say I wasn't taking chances against Glasgow. I took more chances with Glasgow than Glasgow took against me. That kid was very timid after the first 3 or 4 rounds. He wasn't coming in reckless. So now, you know, I'm a logic person. You know, I'm a scientist in the ring. So now Dereck's intelligence in the ring is not as strong as I believe like a Glasgow is. So he's going to come like a bull, and he's going to come swinging. And that gives me all the opportunity to get the shit off that I need to get off. Because if you look at the Glasgow fight, I wasn't really countering him because he wasn't giving me nothing to counter. Everything I was hitting him with, the little touches I was hitting him with was just stuff with me going first. I'm going to be going first with Dereck. Dereck is going to be charging. He's going to be opening up with the overhand rights, with the jumping Joe Frazier left hook. He's going to be grueling, and I believe he's going to give me all the opportunity. And I'm looking for a stoppage in this fight. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going on record and I'm saying that. Like, I'm looking for a stoppage in this fight, a late stoppage, and I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. And I believe this is the best Malik Scott people is going to see.
So, Malik, how tall are you again?
6'5".
So you're a tall heavyweight. Dereck's style always has boded well, from what I've noticed, has boded well against the tall heavyweights. Guys his own height, he struggles with.
No.